To Packers still sidelined, but key specialist returns to practice November 7th. Green Bay practice report: it was a crisp late autumn afternoon in Green Bay, the kind of day that reminds fans why football in Wisconsin feels different from anywhere else. The chill in the air, the faint smell of grass, and the echo of pads colliding on the practice field all blended into a scene that could only belong to the Packers. And on this particular Thursday, the storylines were just as layered as the clouds over Lambeau Field. The Packers entered the day holding a 5-1 record. And while the standings look promising, the real test is how the team holds up physically during the grind of midseason. With injuries mounting across the league, Green Bay fans have learned that every practice matters. Every snap in November can shape December and ultimately determine January. For that reason, Thursday's report carried both relief and concern. The players remained sidelined, yet the return of an important specialist injected some welcome optimism into the week. Practice began with its usual rhythm music, blaring coaches barking orders and the offense and defense taking turns under a sharp November sky. Reporters observed carefully, noting who stretched, who worked on the sidelines, and who was back in full uniform. Among the bright spots was the return of a young receiver who had been held out earlier in the week and whose presence brings both speed and excitement back to the lineup. Savion Williams back in action. Rookie wide receiver Savion Williams was one of the day's most encouraging sights. After missing Wednesday's session with a foot injury, the first-year player was back on the field running routes, catching passes, and participating in full position drills. Williams looked fluid in motion, comfortable in his cuts, and clearly eager to get back into rhythm with the quarterbacks. It might seem like a small moment in a long NFL season, but for a rookie fighting for playing time, every rep is critical. Coaches have praised his work ethic, and his return signals that the training staff is confident in his recovery. For the Packers offense, which has searched for consistency in its passing attack, having another capable receiver available could make a noticeable difference. Williams' ability to stretch the field and contribute on special teams gives Green Bay another layer of depth, something that could prove invaluable as they prepare for another tough stretch of opponents. Dontayvion Wicks trending up. Second-year receiver Dontayvion Wicks continued to make progress as well, practicing for the second consecutive day after missing the last 2 games with a calf injury. Wicks has been a steady target when healthy, and his absence has been felt in the short passing game. His smooth route running and reliable hands offer a comfort zone for the Packers quarterbacks, particularly on third down. Seeing him back in pads again is a reminder of what this offense can look like when all its pieces are aligned. Coaches kept a close eye on his workload, carefully managing his snaps, but it was clear that Wicks is trending in the right direction. His energy on the sideline, his interactions with teammates, and his crisp movement during drills all hinted that his return to game action may not be far away. Matthew Golden building momentum. Rookie wideout Matthew Golden also practiced for the second straight day after leaving the team's last game against the Carolina Panthers with a shoulder injury. The fact that he was able to go through another full practice without limitation is another positive step for Green Bay. Golden's quickness and awareness have made him a promising young piece in this developing offense, and coaches are hopeful he will continue to grow in confidence as the season progresses. Golden's presence also strengthens the team's rotation, giving them flexibility in how they deploy their receiving packages. His return alongside Williams and Wicks could provide the boost that helps quarterback timing and balance out a unit that has been adjusting week by week. Lucas Van Ness still out on the fence. However, the Packers continue to play the waiting game. With Lucas Van Ness, the young defensive end has now missed 3 straight games with a lingering foot injury and was again absent from Thursday's practice. The team has been cautious with him, knowing how crucial his explosiveness and power are to the defensive front. Van Ness brings a blend of athleticism and aggression that sets the tone for the pass rush, and the Packers will want him fully healthy before sending him back into game action. His absence has forced others to step up, and it has been a good test for the team's depth. Yet everyone inside the facility knows that having Van Ness back changes the complexion of the defense. His recovery timeline remains uncertain, but the hope is that rest and treatment will pay off soon. Nate Hobbs facing extended absence. Meanwhile, in the secondary, the news was less encouraging. Nate Hobbs remained sidelined with an MCL sprain and did not participate for the second straight day. According to reports from Packers News, Hobbs is expected to miss at least the next 2 games, which is a tough blow for a defense that relies heavily on his versatility and coverage skills. His ability to play both outside and in the slot has made him an important part of the defensive scheme, and losing him means more responsibility will fall on the younger defensive backs. In practice, defensive coaches worked intensively with the backup corners and safeties, emphasizing communication and alignment. Without Hobbs, the unit must tighten its cohesion and rely more on disciplined play calling and smart positioning. If there is a silver lining, it is that these situations often accelerate the development of younger players and create opportunities for new contributors to emerge. The bigger picture as the sun dipped lower over the practice field and the final whistle signaled the end of the session, there was a sense of quiet optimism. The Packers are far from full strength, but the general direction feels positive, with key offensive players returning and the defense continuing to battle through adversity. The team appears poised to keep building momentum heading into another critical weekend for fans watching from home or following every update online. This is the time of year when every detail matters. Every report feels personal. Every fan who bleeds green and gold knows that the story of a season can shift on a single injury or a single comeback. And Thursday's news offered both reminders of vulnerability and flashes of hope. So what do you think, Packers fans? Who makes the biggest impact? Once fully healthy, will it be Wicks injecting rhythm into the passing game, Williams adding energy to special teams, or Van Ness bringing fire back to the defensive line? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoy getting these in-depth updates week after week, make sure to like this video and subscribe to stay connected to the conversation, because every Sunday, every snap, and every headline means a little more when we share it together from the couch with the same passion that fills Lambeau Field.